Hi, I'm Jordan and this is Told by Thread. Welcome back to my new channel, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all my subscribers. It really means the world to me that you're here and interested in this journey, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all my makes with you in the future. So as you may have hopefully noticed, I've finally figured out how to film in 4K, and my microphone is sorted, and I've even ordered a little fluffy hat for my microphone. So things are looking up, we're getting better. So I'm really excited to do some sewing with you today, and my first project for winter is a second pair of the Lane pants by Sydney Graham. So this is a really popular pattern for beginners, and she's just released a new tutorial video which is fantastic. So these are a wide leg, high-waisted elasticated waist. And there's also the option of putting on a drawstring and cargo pockets. For my make, I'm not going to use the cargo pockets. So the fabric that I'm going to be using is this gorgeous shepherd gingham linen, which I picked up from Draper's Fabrics here in Sydney. This is about 2 meters of scrap fabric from when I made the tie dress by Sewing Therapy. So I think I have just enough to make a second pair of pants. Okay, I'm hoping I can do this in one day. I'm a little bit of a slow sewer, so fingers crossed. So let's get on with it. Let's get sewing. So this happened last time when I made the pink pair. So what I'm thinking is, because they have a really deep hem, I will just cut to just below that and then use a different fabric on the other side. Oh, I'm such a dingleberry. So I've just done it on the fold and just very carefully pinned it on. So that's the 4 pieces. The only thing I don't have enough for is the full pocket, but you only see this part. So I think I'll just do a half and then another fabric, because that's all going to be hidden, and sew them together. And it looks like I should be able to do the full hem as well. Crisis averted! Oh my goodness, I had a minor panic then after cutting that, thinking, oh no, I don't have enough. I just forgot that I tucked the curves. Oh my goodness, we're okay. I think I'm just the tiniest bit short by like a few mil, so I think we'll survive. So, true to form, it's been complete comedy of errors so far filming this. My phone died, so I was forced to take a little break, which was actually quite good because I realized I do have plenty of fabric after all. So this was the bit that was hanging off, so one pocket will fit on that, and then this large piece I've got enough for another pocket. The drawstring I'm actually going to cut in 4 parts just to make it a bit tidier and use up that section there, and then I'll have a little panel here left over for scrap, and that should be fine because it's a drawstring, no one's going to see it. So let's finish cutting. So I've cut my 4 little drawstring pieces, and I'll just go to the sewing machine now and sew them together. Okay, finally all the pattern pieces are cut. Woo! And the drawstring. So Total chaos, but we got there in the end. And then ironically, I don't know if you've noticed, but my cutting table is very low. This is the IKEA Norden gate leg table, and I've seen on Pinterest and elsewhere people have done hacks to raise the legs and put them on casters, and I was like, great, I'm going to do that. But when I bought all the materials, I realized I didn't really have enough of the power tools. I have some power tools, but not the right power tools to really do it justice for the amount of money I was spending on the materials. So just randomly, when I clicked through on one of the Pinterest links, it took me to a 3D printing template site. And I was like, great. So I found someone on Etsy who could take the template and make them for me, and they just arrived after I've cut everything. Great. Anyway, these are them. So it's got a little hole there that you put the legs in, screw them in, and you pop the casters on there. So if I have time, I might do that this afternoon, but I have a feeling that this will be another day. Okay, I realized this was being a problem with sound, so sorted. Okay, back to the sewing. So the first thing we are doing is the pockets. So let's get started. Okay, so now we've got the pockets on. Next step is front pant to back pant, right sides together. Okay. This fabric is the same on both sides, so I have to be really careful that I'm doing right and wrong sides right. So, front and back legs together. Our next step is matching up the front and back on the rise. I remember this. So when I made my pink gingham pair, I accidentally went past the rise and went down the leg, so it ended up being a very weird looking skirt. So read your instructions twice. Alright, so I've sewn the rise and pressed it to the side using my trusty tailor's ham. Now you have an option to do an edge stitch, but because I'm using linen, I don't think I'll need that. I can always do that later if I want. So now we do the inseam. Cool bananas. so next is, because I'm doing a drawstring, I have to do buttonholes on the waistband. I just realized I never cut a waistband. That's all right, we've got plenty of fabric. So I'm going to sew these two pieces together and that'll be fine. No one's going to care because it's elasticated, you won't notice. Okie dokie, so I just joined it along the short side and I'll just cut that on the fold. Okay, we're learning a lot about doing YouTube videos with this project. I'm glad I've done a simple one to do this. Okay, onto the waistband. So we take the two edges, sew them together, press the seam open, fold it in half, and then we put that around the... Yep, okay. Let's do it. Yet again, read your instructions. You've got to do the buttonholes first. So, comedy of errors continues. I just filmed how I do mark the buttonholes and it was cut off camera. But basically, I'll do it that way. What I do is I line it up. I stick pins in. I can show you one. And do the other one. You fold over. You get your line. And then you do the next ones. And then, yeah, obviously remembering when you do the other side to do it upside down. And then you can use those holes as markers. So that's the right side, but I'm actually getting a nicer finish on the wrong side, so I might just flip this over for the other one. We have the waistband on with a little gap at the back, and now I need to work out my elastic. I'm just going to remeasure myself. Okay, let's do a check in the mirror. I think about there. And then just, okay. The first time elastic has worked first time for me, which is great because you have the drawstring anyway, so if it's just the right amount of loose but still holds up. And yes, I was a bit worried about the ginormous hems, but then I remembered they are ginormous hems that actually go up, so yay! It's getting very late, but I am so close, so I will get this done today, which is great. So all I have left now is to just close up the hole in the back and finish the inside seam, and then I can do a top stitch, which I might leave for today. No, actually I will do it, and then make the drawstring and feed it through. And and do the hems. I'm going to be so tired by the end of this. Oh, but I have a lovely pair of pants. So I messed up the top stitching on the waistband and it's taking forever to unpick, so I can just do that another time. Next was the drawstring, which I got the safety pin stuck in halfway through. So that took a while to get out and then to turn the whole thing inside out. I'm so ready for this to be over. Okay, we just got the hems to do and then we're all done. All done. So this is all needs to be unpicked, but yeah, no, they look really cute. I'm so happy. Oh gosh, they're so comfy and I'm so glad I got it done. I'm never going to try and sew something in one day ever again, unless it's tiny. Anyway. Thank you again so much for following along and I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next week when I should be releasing my next video, which will be the apron style dress from my winter thread plans. Until then, have a wonderful weekend or week and I will see you next time. Blah. Try again. So I messed up the... Try again. Side. Let me just check that that's the right angle because I've done this 3 times.